Hey guys, what's up? Miss Denise says hi from the Rat Cave, and her boyfriend, Polynesian surfer, I guess, Polly Surfer, says hi too. Welcome to Saturday Morning's Outdoors, and my name is Paul K. And what I want to relate to you, I'm going to start a mini-series this week and off and on throughout the winter, I believe. That's how it goes. Or I might just get it all done at once. And that is last summer, spring, summer, and fall. It was about 15 episodes, and I did, if you recall, a Cape Cod Canal Fish Like a Local series, which concerned newcomers and people from out of state that just want to fish the canal and want to know how to do it. It's such a mystified thing. The whole summer, last summer, I covered, I think it's the only thing around on the internet, the whole Cape Cod side of all the holes on the canal, according to the map on that's given out by the Army Corps of Engineers, and I completed that. Coming next year, I would like to cover the mainland side so we can all have the complete set of all the known fishing holes on the Corps of Engineers map. But anyway, what I want to relate to you is this series that you're about to see is a condensed version of it. It makes it easier to digest and watch. And the bottom line is how to easily navigate the canal and the specific holes in the canal. I think it's a subject that was very popular last year, and I'm happy to bring it to you in a more condensed form. And thank you. We'll see you out there. I can't wait till spring. Good morning, Striper fans, and thanks for coming along. My name is Paul K, and this is Striperquest, Saturday Mornings Outdoors. And we are on the canal looking for our beloved striper, and we're going to have the fishing report today. And as promised, I believe every few episodes we're going to have a different spot on the canal. I'm going to give all the variables about the spots, so stay tuned. And this is geared on helping the beginners and maybe not so beginners know the canal and know where to fish in the holes. It's 7 miles long. It probably can be intimidating, you know, the people and the length of it and all that, but I'm going to explain all of it to you. I hope you all watch the introductory video. And as you go along, I'm going to be giving information. As you follow along, you got to follow along, and you'll get a lot from this. So stay tuned. Upcoming is the Striper Report, and hopefully we can have some good luck. Hi, thanks for coming. Like I always say, this is one of my favorites, and obviously in the spring. When the tide turns east, it's going to be low tide in the canal. So the tide's going to be coming up. The tide flows from Buzzards Bay to Cape Cod Bay. When the tide turns west, it's going to be coming from Cape Cod Bay that way, and it's going to be high tide going down. So right now, basically, the tide is coming in, and it's the east tide. In east, out west. In east, out west. And in lieu of the upcoming sections in these videos of some of the spots that I'm going to give you, they're all on maps, and it's very important to know about canal maps. So we're going to run back to the Rat Cave and have a little talk about maps, canal maps, and how important they are to understanding where these spots are. So without further ado, to the Rat Cave. Meanwhile, back at the Rat Cave, we're going to look at some maps, and I'm going to make some sense out of what you're seeing on this episode. And Miss Denise says hi, and don't even think about it, she's mine. So this is the map from the visitor center that I had showed you, and mine is laminated. I laminated it. You know, that's how important these are. There's about 3 or 4 maps. Some are more detailed, some are less detailed. This one's about in the middle. You know, you can get all the information that you want from here. So overall, this is the Cape Cod side. That's the mainland side. All right. This is Buzzards Bay. the west end, and this is Cape Cod Bay, the east end. So, and then there's the canal. And here are the pole numbers. It's 5 slots between each pole. The numbers start on the east end, right? They start at 10, I guess. I guess there is a 0 pole, and they go up. They ascend, heading west, and that's how the numbers go. And they're by 5, so it'll go 190, 195, 200, 295, 210. And in between those poles are single unnumbered poles. So each pole is 150 feet between, and so it would be 180, 181, 182, 183, 184. Then you'll see another number, 185. And then it continues like that. Not every pole is numbered. Every 5th pole is numbered. And that way the whole thing is wired, basically. So see all the named places here? Patty Gribbins, Grossman's, Split Rock, the Rips, the Jungle. Those are the holes. So you look closely on the map, you can see the coinciding numbers. Split Rock is around 209, 210, right? Very, very popular hole. So, and for instance, today's around 285, 283, 285, that's Sandbank, all right? So that's it. You basically get your map. There's roads that go along each side of the canal. This is the Cape Cod side that you can drive your car on, and you park using the map. Park as close as you can get where you think that number is on either side, wherever hole you want to go, and then just cut down into the access road and go to the numbered pole and fish the hole. And that's basically the logic behind it for any newcomer or visitor, or even guys that don't really know how to navigate the canal, you know, like get to the spots. The map, it's so important, and it's a versatile thing. And these are just the named holes. There's thousands of holes if you do your own research, and like my motto is, you got to put the time in. As you put time in, you're going to get great spots, you know. And so you get a notebook, and every spot you write down the number. Over the years, you'll compile a book that's probably worth $50,000 of all the good holes. I don't know, you wouldn't put a price on it, but, and most fishermen are tight vested with it. They're not going to give up nothing, you know, that way, because it took them their whole lives to learn it. But here, a lot of the work is already done. These named holes, every one of these holes fish, as well as the whole canal. That's what I'm trying to tell you. There's fish in the whole canal. These are just holes that are named over the years, that have gained a reputation, and they produce fish, all right? And so that's it for using the map. You use the map in conjunction with the information I'm going to give you for each spot. That's how you do it. Now, let's see what that guy's doing back at the canal. So now that you've seen the importance of maps, I'll show you in real life. So along the canal, every 150 feet are poles, and on those poles they have numbers, and they're numbered, and so the numbers start on the east end in Cape Cod Bay. They start at 10 or 5 or whatever, and then they go up towards Buzzards Bay, and each 150 yards there's a new number on the pole, and the Coast Guard uses this for navigational purposes. In other words, if a boat runs aground somewhere, they just can look on the pole and say, I'm at pole number 375, and the Coast Guard and the police can zero right in exactly where there is. That's the real purpose of those poles, for navigational purposes. Also, every inch of this is under video too. Like I showed you in the Cape Cod Canal Visitor Center video. It's all monitored too, so they can control the traffic and everything. But we as fishermen use those poles to mark spots. Now, used in conjunction with the map that I told you is so important, and understanding when I give you a hole, it's going to have a corresponding pole number and you can much easily have a visual representation with the map and the number, and then I'm going to show you a visual, I'm going to show you the hole. So that's how to use it. You use the map with the hole numbers, and the name of the hole is usually on the map. Now there's thousands of holes in here and good fishing spots, and you stumble upon them, you put the time in, and you can notice certain features. But I'm going to show you just the named ones, which are named and made famous for a purpose. There's structure very appealing either to fish or to fishermen at each hole, and I'll give you the corresponding number. And as time goes by and you put the time in, you get a little notebook and you write down the certain holes that you've had success with and you find on your own, or you can use the named holes. And this is the strategy to fish the canal. And it's 7 miles long, and there's fish all through here. And you can randomly come down here and just throw your line in anywhere. And you'll probably really have a good chance of getting fish because this is a funnel. But the holes are there specifically. The named ones are so popular because the features there attract fish, or it's appealing to fishermen. There's a jetty or a peninsula of mussel bed that you can walk out on at low tide, and it'll give you a way longer casting distance, or features like that. So each hole is particular to itself. It has its own specific features that are very appealing, and therefore they became legendary and named. So like I say, there's thousands of holes here, but I'm concentrating on showing you the ones that are on the maps, the major holes. So hope you can appreciate this. If you're coming down here, just use that info to catch fish, catch stripers. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to make it easy for you. I know you know that. And why am I trying to? Because the reason is that when I was a neophyte starting, I was looking for the exact same questions that you are. You want to come down here? It's a legendary world-class spot, and guys are catching giant fish here, you know, better than anywhere else. So I wanted to do that too, and I get the appeal, and that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to help you guys so that you too can experience the thrill of catching these majestic fish. All right, spot number 1. So see the poles along the edges here, and this is called the access road on the canal, and that is a pole number 285. All right, so every 5 poles, the next pole will be 286, 287, 288, 289, 290. All right, every 5th pole is marked. All right, and that's how you mark precisely the spots. So our first spot this week, 285 to around between 285 and 290. This area is called Sandbank, and if you look on the map, it's called Sandbank, or we call it Backhoes, or something. You know, it's Sandbank is what it is. That's the official hole's name, and the reason why it's called that, and I picked this as the first one, it's great for beginners. If you're going to be bait fishing, it's all sand here. It goes down a pretty good ways too, and it's a beautiful view of, that's the Sagamore, and that's the railroad bridge down there, and I'm on the Cape Cod side. So at pole 285 to about 287 or 290, around that area, you'll feel it with your weights. It's all sand here, and hardly ever any snags. It's good at any tide, and there you go. This is the first one. Looking on the map, there's these access roads, there's no vehicles allowed. You can see the electric bikes or bicycles and all that. So if you got a bunch of gear, this is my Canal Cadillac. There's all kinds of contraptions. Cabela's and Bass Pro, they have wagons, and if you take everything like with the kitchen sink with you, like I do, and a lot of guys do, because you want to be prepared, or if you just have a rod, just carry it in your hand. But if you want to tote a lot of stuff, a picnic lunch and refreshment with you and all that, get some type of cart. Now that's the Sagamore Bridge, and a few episodes ago I showed you the Sagamore Recreation Area, and that's how you can access this road to here. You can park down there, and it's like a 5-minute walk to pole 285. So Sandbank, and that will be it for this edition. Tune in next week And thank you for tuning in this week, by the way. And next week we will be back here after the striped bass, and hope you can come along. Please like and subscribe, and try to follow along with me, and you'll be able to access anywhere along the canal with these holes. And every episode or two, I'll try to include a new hole. See you next week, guys. Thanks for watching. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah. Yeah, look at that. Fish of the year right there.